Okay. The moment everybody's been waiting for, the NBA Finals matchup. I think we I think we have the two teams that's gonna be there. I think I feel safe about this pick, you guys. So let's see what happens. I got some bad news for you Knicks fans. Got some bad news. All right. All right. Just gotta let everybody know that we're live. Okay. So welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 10th, 2025. I know a lot of you are watching the rigged Timberwolves game. I didn't want to make this video now because I know a lot of people watching the game, but whatever. You shouldn't be watching that game anyway because neither of these two teams are going to make the finals, and none of them are going to even be in the finals. They're not gonna win the finals, and they're not even going to be in the finals. That's what I mean. Okay. And keep in mind that I think the Warriors are going to win this game. I really think that the Warriors are going to win a couple of games more. Even though they don't have Steph Curry, this is going to be an opportunity for Vegas to get a lot of money. Now, who I think advances between these two teams, there's a nice little narrative for the Minnesota Timberwolves to play the Denver Nuggets in the next round, which I'm going to discuss in a second. So, but I've been thinking hard to see what's the best matchup for the NBA Finals, and I think we solved it. I'm not 100% sure, but I am close to 100%. I'm gonna say I'm probably at 90 with it, and it seems to be all connected to Drew Gordon, Aaron Gordon's brother, who died on May 30th, 2024, so almost a year ago, in a car accident at the age of 33. And he died in Oregon, the 33rd state. And when this happened, I remember that when this happened, I thought last year the Nuggets was gonna go to the finals and be synced up with him. And no, what they did was they gave us the Mavericks Celtics matchup, synced up with Kyrie Irving, who used to play for the Celtics. Remember the Celtics became 18-5 in the finals because basketball equals 185 like Catholicism, mathematics. And of course, the Bill Russell, it was all synced up with Bill Russell, whose full name equals 185. I think their head coach, he also has the 185 in his name. And the thing about the Celtics, remember what we said last year when they won the finals? We said that they might win it again this year because in Gematria, Boston Celtics equals 195. And if they win the finals this year, which is what I think is going to happen, the Celtics can become 19-5 in finals. The gematria value of their name. The two teams that I have in the finals, I have the Boston Celtics defeating the Denver Nuggets. The Boston Celtics defeating the Denver Nuggets, becoming 19-5. If you guys have been watching the playoffs, this guy right here has been huge. Aaron Gordon, he's been hitting buzzer beater after buzzer beater. He hit a buzzer beater in the first victory against the Thunder. And then yesterday, he hit a buzzer beater to send the game to overtime, which eventually led to a win. Going back to his brother who died on May 30th, keep in mind that Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals will be on the 1-year anniversary of his demise. So it'll be perfect if the Denver Nuggets advance over the Timberwolves in 6 games. Now, what I'm thinking, for this to happen, they're going to probably beat the Thunder 2 more times. I don't think the Thunder are going to win another game. So I think the Denver Nuggets are going to win 4-1, right? And they're gonna stay on 36 on 36 losses for the season. Right now they're 56-36. That's including the playoffs. If you guys didn't know, Aaron Gordon, he used to win number 50. Look at this, guys. Look at the ritual that they did with Aaron Gordon and his brother. So, like we said, he sacrificed his brother last year at the age of 33, right? Look at the 2 numbers he used to wear for the Nuggets. He started off his career with the Nuggets wearing number 50, And then he changed his number this year to the number 32. And look at the Nuggets record this year, you guys. They finished the season as the 4 seed with 50 wins and 32 losses. This whole year has been about Aaron Gordon and his brother that he sacrificed last year. So he changed his number this year to the number 32. The Denver Nuggets finished the season 50 and 32. Keep in mind that the name Aaron equals 32, and his brother Drew, his name equals 50. His name is 50 and 23. Like 23 is a reflection of 32. This whole season has been attributed to his brother, who he sacrificed at the age of 33. And again, NBA Finals is 33. He died at the age of 33 in the 33rd state, Oregon, right before the finals last year, which was won by the Boston Celtics. And I think this year, Aaron Gordon and the Denver Nuggets are going to go against the Boston Celtics and lose to the Celtics, while the Celtics become 19-5 in finals, the gematria value of their name, like I said. What else? Remember the Nuggets also they not sacrificed, but they fired Mike. Oh, what was this guy's name? Michael Malone. Yeah, Mike. They fired Michael Malone on April 8th of this year, which was 58 days before the finals. Of course, the NBA Finals equals 48. He got fired on 4/8. And this was also 666 days after their last championship. And the NBA Finals is 666, as you guys all should know. So the firing of Michael Malone was definitely by the numbers, and it was synced up with the NBA Finals this year. And let's not forget who died also last year. It was the Kemi Mutombo who was synced up with the finals that the Denver Nuggets won last year. The year before last, I think it was. Yeah, Mutombo, who started his career with the Nuggets, sacrificed at the age of 58 again. Aaron Gordon equals 58, like Freemasonry, right? Big number. The Kemi Mutombo equals 58. They fired Michael Malone 58 days before the finals, and then they sacrificed the Kemi Mutombo at the age of 58. And of course, we know that the other piece of this is Mr. Carmelo Anthony, who just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people think that because Carmelo Anthony's going to the Hall of Fame, that's going to be Denver Nuggets versus the Knicks. Not really. They're not going to make it that obvious, you guys. Again, these are rituals, and there's people dying behind these games. It's not just, it's a lot. It's a little bit deeper than just the narrative. That'll be a interesting narrative, right? The Nuggets versus the Knicks, right? But no, they're paying tribute to a lot of these former players who passed away, like Bill Russell and Dikembe Mutombo, and like I said, Drew Gordon, the 33-year-old who died in a car crash. Yeah, and just think about the playoffs. This guy has been having an amazing postseason. Aaron Gordon hitting game winners, sending the game to overtime. This is why I think that I think I spoke about this, right? The 38. I think the Nuggets are gonna pick up their 38th loss against the Minnesota Timberwolves, because Minnesota, they love 38. So they'll go into that. They'll go into the Western Conference Finals on 58 wins. Again, the Kemi Mutombo, dead at 58. Michael Malone, fired 58 days before the finals. So they'll go into that series 58 and 38. No. What am I saying? They'll go into that series 58 and 36 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then they'll probably win in 6 games. And then win it on the anniversary of his brother's demise. I mean, if that plays out like the way I'm thinking it's gonna play out, then that'll be that. I mean, they did something similar with the Dodgers. They had the Dodgers win the World Series and then celebrate the championship on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. So they like anniversaries, But look at this, you guys. May 30th, which is the 1-year anniversary of Drew Gordon's demise. This is Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. How convenient, right? The Western Conference Finals is going to be played on Drew Gordon's death anniversary. Wow. Like I said, I think that's when the series is gonna end. I think the Nuggets are gonna beat the Timberwolves in 6 games. They'll probably go into the finals. That's probably the slight favor over the Boston Celtics, because the Boston Celtics are losing to the Knicks after blowing 20-point leads. Not gonna happen that often, Knicks fans. Just know that all that stuff is all just to get you guys to bet on the Knicks in Game 3 and steal all of your money. How many of you betted on the Knicks to upset the Celtics at the Garden? A lot of you, and lost all your money because you guys don't know what's going on. And you guys saw the halftime score between the Knicks and the Celtics. It was 71-46. Celtics 71-46. Of course, Catholic is 71-46, and those are the ones scripting the game. The Catholic Church, the Society of Jesus, 71-46. That was the halftime score. Go back and look. They won by 22 points. The Celtics did. Boston 22, basketball 22. Basketball was also 185. Right? Last year they became 18-5 in the finals. Just like Bill Russell's name. What's Bill Russell's full name? Let me look it up for you guys. Let's not forget they advanced to the finals 666 days after the death of Bill Russell. The same day that Bill Walton passed away. What is it? William Russell's 185? Yeah, his first and last name. William Russell, 185. They became 18-5 in finals. This year they'll become 19-5 after they beat the Denver Nuggets. 19-5. We said this last year. We called the championship right after they won. We said, look at that. They got the 195 in their name. They're probably gonna repeat. Because who's gonna really beat this team 4 games in the Eastern Conference? The Cavaliers? No. Cavaliers are losing to the fucking Pacers. They can't even handle the Pacers. You gonna beat the Boston Celtics? No. I know a lot of you well, they're losing to the Knicks. Yeah, they're not gonna lose to the Knicks again. They blew 2 20-point leads. The Knicks won by luck, literally luck, and a lot of scripting. What's the Celtics head coach's name? John Mazzulla, born Joseph Mazzulla. Look at his full name in gematria. This is the head coach of the Celtics. Joseph Mazzulla. Same thing as Bill Russell, 185-59. His team became 18-5. They 666 days after the death of Bill Russell, they clinched the Eastern Conference. Same thing, same values. And again, the NBA Finals 48. They fired Michael Malone 666 days after winning the last championship. I mean, that was the year that they had Batman versus Joker, Miami Heat versus the Nuggets, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe that was another possibility. They might have Jimmy Butler go against the Joker this year again. But I do think it's gonna be the Timberwolves, just because of how big 38 is with the Timberwolves, man. Minnesota and 38 is a big number with them, and right now the Nuggets are on 36 regular season wins. Well, 36 overall losses is what I mean. My bad. They're on 36 overall losses for the year. 2 more to get them to 38, and again, Game 6 is big because that's the 1 year anniversary of Drew Gordon's demise. Let me see what the score is with the 42-40 at the half. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be a 4-1 series though. Vegas is gonna make their money because Steph Curry's not playing. Yeah, but that series doesn't really matter. But what we're trying to discuss here is the 2 teams that are gonna be in the finals, and what it really has to do with the deaths of these former players, man. A lot of people think that these games are just being rigged for money. Like, you guys are so stupid. These games have little to do with money. Probably zero to do with money. These games are ritualistic. People are being killed, literally. Losing their life in fake car accidents, which were probably provoked. I mean, just think of the odds of that, right? The guy wears the number 50, changes his number to the number 32, And then the Nuggets end up with 50 wins and 32 losses the same year that he changes his number. And his brother's name equals 50. And his name equals 32. And now he's in the postseason, doing spectacular things, hitting big time 3-pointers, something that he rarely does even does. If you're familiar with Aaron Gordon, he's more like a dunker, drives to the basket. And all of a sudden, he became a 3-point shooter in the postseason. His brother, what I remember about him, I don't remember. I don't think I did a full decoy. It's probably on my Instagram. I could do it now though. Let me see. He died on 7/12, and then no, he was born on 7/12, died on 5/30. So okay, so I already see what they did. So he died 38. Is that 38 weeks? Oh, 40. Yeah, 46 weeks after his birthday. That's what it is. So 46 weeks and 1 day after his birthday, he had this car crash. Sacrifices 46. He died at the age of 33, and Nuggets is 33, like in the NBA Finals. Keep in mind that Denver's also 32, right? They finished the season with 32 losses. And if they win the championship this year, no, look at that. That's perfect. Okay, look at that. So you see how they got 56 wins? 56 wins, right? Okay, let me pull up the bracket. Okay, here it is, the bracket. So they need to win 2 more games in this series, obviously, right? And then they'll win 4. That's 6 games overall. They need 6 games to win to reach the NBA Finals. And then another 4 games. That's 10 games. Actually, though, that's not 62. What will happen is they'll go into the NBA Finals with 62 wins. That's what it is. All right, so they'll win 4 here in the Western Conference Finals, 2 more in the conference semifinals. Right now they have 56 overall. So 56 plus 6 is 62. So they'll reach the NBA Finals with 62 wins, and they'll probably lose in 6 to the Celtics and finish the season with 64 wins. Denver Nuggets equals 64. That's a good possibility. They'll probably finish the season 64 on 64 wins. I'm not exactly sure what their overall record would be, but because I don't know how many games they're gonna. Well, they'll probably have 42, right? Yeah, because I don't expect them to lose to the Thunder again. So 2 games to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then 4 to the Celtics. That's 6 more losses. Yeah, so they'll be 64 and 42. The Denver Nuggets will finish the season 64 and 42 if they lose to the Celtics in 6 games. That's just my observation. You don't have to take my word for it, but I think this makes the most sense with what I've been noticing with all the rituals and everything that they've been doing with Aaron Gordon lately. And, of course, what they've been doing with Carmelo Anthony. And how they've been trying to make the Boston Celtics look like a bad team when they're really going to be the NBA Finals champion again in back-to-back seasons. And Jason Tatum, Mr. 33, is going to probably win his 2nd championship on the back-to-back. Because they got to make the championship look vulnerable so people don't put their money on them. $19 championships. And speaking of 19, there was a lot of 19s with Drew Gordon's career. Yeah, he averaged 1.9 points per hit for his career. Played 9 games with the Sixers. That 19, man. So, okay, let me see when the NBA Finals Game 6. What game is that? What date is that? I mean, I don't think they have the schedule out. I think they have. They just have to start. Oh, actually, they do. They do. So Game 6 will be June 19th. June 19th. If you guys want to call in, the number should be on the screen: 646-986-0958. Tell me what you think about this observation. If it makes sense, or maybe you have something else. Maybe you think Oklahoma's gonna win, or maybe the Knicks. So it'll be 55 weeks after his death. Sacrifice is 55. Um, Speaking of 58, the name Drew is also 58. Another 58. Oh, what's this 55 all about? We know Satan is 55. It's a big number, 55, but I'm trying to see if it's mm, can't find what that 55 is about. It'll come to me though. Yeah, game 6. Game 6 looks very interesting on June 19th. Hey, last year they won on 617. So they don't have an NBA Finals for 617. So it looks like they're not gonna win on a 617 area code this year. They're winning on 619, which I think isn't that the real King James birthday? Yeah, it is. The day LeBron won the championship with the Cavaliers at the age of King James died at the age of 58. Big number. We know the Pope Leo big 58 ritual. So yeah, they could win it on the real King James' birthday, who died at the age of 58. That's interesting. The journey to a championship. You see how they don't put the Denver Nuggets up there, right? They'll put the fan favorites, right? The Cavaliers, it's the Minnesota, the SGAs, the Thunder. These are the fan favorites. This is who everybody's putting their money on, and this is what they always do. They always hide who's actually gonna be in the NBA Finals, chasing history. Yeah, like winning 19 championships. Who you think that is? Who you think is chasing history? You think Donovan Mitchell is chasing history? What history? LeBron already made history for the Cavaliers. SGA with that bum ass team? No. Timberwolves. I don't think I remember Minnesota Timberwolves NBA Finals, even when they had Kevin Garnett. The NBA loves their franchises. The Celtics, the Lakers. It's always the same thing with these leagues, man. It's always the same teams winning. I feel like this was just a small piece that I'm missing that I'm not figuring out yet. I'm gonna look at the chat, see what you guys are saying. Looks like nobody's calling in. What you guys think about this narrative between Celtics, Nuggets, and just see something with Carmelo Anthony because 65. What is his middle name? You guys heard about the young kid Carmelo Anthony who got arrested for stabbing the same day that Carmelo Anthony went into the Hall of Fame? Sick stuff, man. Yeah, I don't see much with Carmelo, but oh, let me show you guys this too. For all you Knicks fans out there still thinking you guys got hope. So Jason Tatum put out this commercial right before the playoffs. I think as the playoffs was going on, and he tells the Knicks fans, "Don't choke, don't choke." I'll play. It's like a 20-second clip. Here it is.
But I'm just trying to take your order.
I see you act a little bit different because of my outfit. The colors scare you. They get you a little nervous. This year when you go to MSG, we're going to give you a headache 2 pound can't fix. How yeah?
Look, I can make you a coffee, but under one condition.
What's that?
I can tell you from New York and all, so I just gotta let you know. Don't choke.
I don't get it.
I'm not surprised. But
Yeah, don't choke because you guys were up 2-0, and then now you're probably gonna lose 4 games in a row, and the Celtics are gonna beat whoever it is, Cleveland, all the Indiana Pacers. I don't think any of those 2 teams have a chance anyway. Don't choke. I don't think there's any gematria behind that phrase, though. I know a lot of people like to decode everything, but 4-1. Well, it won't be 4-1. It'll be 4-2 with the Knicks. If there was a 195, I'll definitely think it was coded. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say in this video. Just to recap, I think the Nuggets are gonna win the next 2 games against the Thunder. Get to 58-36 right before the Western Conference Finals. Probably beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in 6. Get to 62-38, and then get 2 games on the Celtics and finish the season 64-42. Celtics win the championship, get to 19-5 in finals, and they win it on the real King James' birthday, who died at the age of 58. And then the Nuggets will advance to the finals on May 30th, which is the 1-year anniversary of since Drew Gordon's car accident. Aaron Gordon's brother, who got killed in Oregon, the 33rd state, at the age of 33, right before the last year's finals on May 30th. Oh man, stuff 6, man, 6 stuff. Let's see what else. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. We got that. We spoke about that. Yeah, our friend David Adelman, the Nuggets head coach, he's turning 44 soon. Michael Malone. And then, and the 55 part, it also connects to Mutombo, who wore the number 55, right? I was trying to figure out what that 55 was all about, because from the death of Drew Gordon to Game 6 of the NBA Finals is 55 weeks. June 25th, it'll be right before the Kemi Mutombo's 59th birthday. Okay, let me just measure from the depth of Mutombo. Mutombo died on September 30th. Something we predicted, by the way. We saw that 38. We saw that 58 in his name. We said, look at that. That guy's not going to make it past 58. So 6'5", 248 days. So before I close it out, I'm just gonna look at the chat and then we'll end it there. Again, Aaron Gordon If I was you guys, I'll be better on this guy to go to the point to go over because this guy's gonna have a very interesting playoffs in memory of. So Vinny P says that Tatum was in the commercial with Barkley when he told him he was gonna win it, and Tatum got excited. Yeah. Basketball was invented in Massachusetts. That's why that team has a lot of championships. Oh, so Topsy he made a great observation. He says Game 6, it leaves 195 days in the year. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Yeah, they could become 19-5 on the day leaving 195. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is, man. You're right about that. Yeah, they could become 19-5 and winning on June 19th, the real King James birthday, the day leaving 195 days after the year. And that's also the 170th day of the year. Blood and sacrifice is 170. But that would be perfect. Look at that. That means the Nuggets will finish the season with 64 wins when double Nuggets is 64. Like the word kill. Yeah, that's why they scheduled Game 6 of June 19th and not like they did last year on 6/17. Because this year is all about 195. Last year was all about 18. You know how many 18-point comebacks the Celtics had last year? Go look at the playoffs. I think they won the finals by 18 points. They beat the Mavericks by 18 points, man. And they won Game 1 of the finals by 18 points. I think they started the season 18-0 at home. Everything was 18. They was on their road on the road to 18 championships. That's a good one up top. So you appreciate that. Yeah. June 19th, man. The Celtics started the season 19-5. Let's go back to see if that is valid, if that is accurate. So the season started in October, so they would have been 19-5 around by December. Let's see December, what their record was. It was still 16-4, 18-4. It became 19-5 versus the Grizzlies, man. Fuck my life, man. See that shit? They started the season 19-5, the year that they can become 19-5 in the finals, like we said last year when they won it. Boston Celtics 185. Actually, I do remember this game. I remember this game. That the Grizzlies was big underdogs. I remember this game. We caught this actually. We caught this. Actually, I think I did a live stream. Oh, I know. I remember this. I did a live stream the day before, and I said the Bucks might win and make the Celtics 18-5 after they just became 18-5 in the finals. And I remember I was doing a live stream while we watched this whole game. I remember this. And notice they won with 111 points, like how the NBA Finals is 111. But so they had a big comeback in the fourth quarter. You see that? The whole game the Bucks was leading. The Bucks became 11-11 because Bucks equals 11. Funny. I remember this, man. We did a whole live stream. We was covering this game. So when the Celtics won the game, we said, you know what? They're gonna lose the next one and become 19-5. And that's exactly what happened. I remember this. I remember. And again, at 121, blood sacrifice 121. Yep, I remember this. I remember. Yeah, a lot of people don't get notifications, Kathy. It's just the way it is. That's a good one. That's a good one, Topsy. Yeah, but speaking of bait, I think the Nuggets versus Knicks narrative is bait. Don't fall for that. This is all about 195. Like how last year was all about 185. So Evie Palmer says the horse in Kentucky Derby. So already he was +9 on the odds on FanDuel. Yeah. Some of you are saying that maybe the Nuggets will win the championship. I don't know, man. If the thing is, if it's a Celtics, I don't see them falling to 18-6. I mean, why would they? Yeah, but that is interesting. June 19th, man. They leaving 195 days after New Year. 55 weeks after the death of Drew Gordon. All right, so I'll leave it there. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Let's see what happens. Again, Celtics, Nuggets. That seems to be the best narrative right now. But we'll see. Sorry to you Knicks fans. Sorry to you Cavaliers fans. Sorry to you Thunder fans. But these games are scripted, and a lot of you not gonna wake up no matter what we show you. All right, you guys, take care. Peace.